So what are we doing? We're going to go see some customers or what?
Let's go see some customers.
All right, let's do this.
So guys, introducing Sam and Daniel, the owners here at Smart Energy Answers. They're with us today just to answer a couple of questions.
So, thank you very much, guys. I did a bit of Googling on you guys and did a bit of research, looked at your reviews online, and I've got to say I was really impressed. You got hundreds and hundreds of reviews, very, very positive. I think very high 4.9 star rating or something. That's something to be really proud of, not an easy thing to achieve. All the things you just described about, finding solutions for the customers. Do you think that's the main reason why you're getting so many positive reviews? Or is it, like, if you had to replicate this again, what were the main things that you've learned? What would you focus on to really build another network of really positive experiences with customers?
Thanks, Sean. This is something we're really, really proud of, Sam and I must say, without the team that we built over the years, we couldn't achieve these results. We have over 1,000 reviews online on different platforms that are from positive customers' experiences. And we just recently won a 2022 award on product review. That's our third in a row, which is kind of unique in the industry. That's the first company being able to do
national
that.
Installer.
Best national installer for 2022. And look, the key there is having the customer-focused approach. We're customer-centric. As I mentioned before, we don't have the one-size-fits-it-all approach that many companies that are online and bombard people with ads have. It's very difficult these days to get the trust from customers because they get bombarded left, right, and center. As soon as they show an interest in solar, they receive multiple ads on all different platforms, and they're confused. So education is a key element on what we do. Educate the customer on what is that they really need. And once again, what they need today might not be ideal for what they need in a year's time or in 3 years' time. So really trying to understand the customer situation and future-proof the system for their needs, for the growing families or the growing homes. That's a key element, and that's why customers really give us a good feedback at the end. We have an incredible team, I must say. We have engineers, sales advisors, installers, electricians, customer support. We have over 40 staff now, and I must say it's an incredible team. We're very proud of that.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. How many installs are you guys doing a week at the moment?
So it's an average, depending of the season, but anywhere between 30 to 50.
Yep.
That's our average, and that's nationally in all the different states we operate, which are ACT, New South Wales, Victoria, and South Australia.
Can you tell us a little bit about how this all came together, where it all started?
Yeah. Okay.
We met back in 2013, or I think, at the Mark Group.
Yeah.
So you were both at Mark Group?
No, I was an installer for the Mark Group.
Ah, right, okay.
Where Dan was a salesman, and he actually requested my service to install his systems.
Yeah, so that was, I'll just dig a little bit deeper there. We had our internal crews back in the days, but we also have a team of installation partners, and Sam with his company, Impressive Electrical, was one of our main contractors. And I remember when there were difficult jobs, our installation teams were always, the internal guys employed by the Mark Group were always, this is too difficult, this is too steep, the inverter is going, the meter box needs an upgrade, all sort of problems. But when Sam and his crews were on the job, they would never raise any issue. Every job was going to perfection, and we're always getting positive reviews. So I guess one of the key elements of going back to the positive reviews is having great installers and great installation team that really deliver what we promise to customers, because sometimes there is a discrepancy and breakdown between sales and operations. And what we found here as Smart Energy Answers, through the partnership of my sales experience and the sales team and teams of consultants and Sam bringing on board installers, electricians, is that what we promise to customers actually deliver in the best possible way, and everything is met from start to finish. So we go a long way, but we work in several companies afterwards, and at the end decided to join Sam in this journey with Smart Energy Answers, which has been very, very exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you've had great success. Sorry, did you have a question?
Yeah, no, look, you guys are well known as a quality install group. Is there a time recently that Clenergy, you've been able to use Clenergy products to get you out of trouble on a harder job?
Clenergy is the only product that we use.
Yep.
There's always been a solution for every installation.
Yep.
The 500 kilowatt job that we did, we used Clenergy on that job there. The engineers helped us design it. Everything flowed through very, very smoothly. We were extremely happy with it.
Awesome.
We had no issues at all. Over the last 15 years with rail sagging, seizing of components. It's clear to me that Clenergy is still the leader. The materials that make up the Clenergy is 25-year warranty. It's still number one. I've seen other rackings where they do start to sag. I haven't seen it with Clenergy.
Daniel, you spoke about customer service being really important, right? Now, sometimes as businesses grow and the customer base becomes larger and larger, and there's more staff to look after, and you scale, customer service can drop off, or it can start to become affected in some ways. Is that something that you had to battle against as the business grew, or was it always just something that was foundational in the design of the way you grew?
Look, I must say, we haven't had that experience. We've always been consistent with service delivery, and the key, again, is the synergy between the sales and consulting arm and the operational arm. We have constant meetings, leadership meetings with all the managers in the company every fortnight. Every month we have a kick-off meeting with installations, and we discuss the forecast for our sales, and on the back of that we make sure that we have enough installation teams to deliver the service. So it's critical, the synergy between installations and sales. And we believe by doing that, we never had any issue with in-service delivery to customers. So we now have a very good team in support as well. We do have design services internally, and there is a very good know-how in the company that's been achieved through retention of staff. That's also been critical in such tough times with COVID, and we all know it's been very difficult for to hire talents or even young people. We've been lucky that we all stuck together, and I think we came out stronger than ever.
Yeah. As Dan said, communication and continued training of our employees is extremely important to us. As we grow, we manage the workflow. We communicate between the sales and installation teams, which is extremely important there, where we promote our employees within, which has helped to become managers as we grow, as the percentage of our installations grow, as do our employees, and promote within, continue training, to help put us in a good position. I think it's very important, training and the culture that we've worked on for the last year. We believe that the employees are quite happy at working at it. It's something that we work on a lot. Culture, doing things together, team meetings. It's a big part of us at Smart Energy Answers.
And so, Sam, you look after the operations side, and Dan, you look after the business development side of the
Everything
business.
else that relates to sales, marketing, and partnerships, that's my cup of tea.
Do you guys butt heads very often? Or?
We do. Not
I heard a yes and a no.
Not
Very often.
At the start, I said to Dan, I said, Dan, get ready. You know, I'm going to talk to you more than my wife. You know, that's yeah, we're business. You know, we're in partnership now, and it's very important that we have the communication between us. Sales and installations. Yes, there is the odd issue there, but continued training and understanding of each of Dan's role and our role is what we're big on here. So I spent a lot of time with the sales teams, giving feedback from the installers, and training the sales guys how difficult it is on the job there, and then vice versa. I explained to the installers, the sales team take a lot of time and a lot of pride to sell that system. Don't just jump on the roof and say it's too hard and throw your hands in the air.
Yeah.
A lot of time's gone into make that sale there. It's quite deflating that if installer just throws their hand and said, oh, the job's too hard because there's 2 splits there. So, I've spent a lot of time with the sales guys explaining to them what the installers expect and are looking for, and then same vice versa with the installers. What the sales team are trying to sell, I've explained to the installers that it's quite difficult, to make the sale. And so the training there and the communication between the 2 teams is a big thing for us.
That's clever. That's good, because I think that's the main reason why those 2 areas of the business might clash. It's just lack of understanding about other people's challenges.
Sometimes
I
it's
suppose.
a small little tweak there that makes it easier. What the installer's looking for, the sales guys start to look for it. We have very, very minimal cancellations. There's a lot of pre-designs go into it. The sales guys are well trained up on how to look at a switchboard, how to pick a steep roof, how to distinguish which tile it is. All these are important facts as an installer. If you're turning up there prepared for a hard installation, we've got the right edge protection, we've got the right harnesses, we've got the right experienced installers on the job. It's all part of the planning and training. So
I believe there is mutual respect and actually interest in understanding each other's roles within the company, and we actually had people that from the installation teams went to the sales team, and vice versa. So it's been quite interesting to see people just growing, and by growing wanting to do different things, and we try to accommodate as much as we can. And we have to say our number one sales consultant at the moment, it was one of our commercial installers. So that's something that makes you think, okay, well, sometimes you really got to think of how we can nurture people in becoming what they are best at.
Some of our engineers, our designers, were on the roof with us, understanding the job before they moved into the role. My installation manager was on the roof with the installers, training, understanding how an installation flows, what to expect. So it's put them in good stead, and they've progressed through the company from an installer up to installation manager. So it's something we're very proud of here. Keep the culture, keep the training happening.
It sounds like something we should do more of, Sam. What do you reckon? Get on the roof.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so fellas, there's only one way that you can do what we do, and that's to get accredited. Become an installer, come down here, join us at Smart Energy Answers. You could be our number 1 installers. Hot, hard-working.
I might lose a few pounds maybe as well.
They usually do in the first 2 weeks when they're on the roof in the sun.
Certainly get 10.
That's true.
That's good. Maybe even 10.
That's it. Good point.
And Daniel, you think to your customers, where do they see the value with Clenergy?
Look, in relation to what we put forward to customers, our consultants are always trying to find a point of difference. And I think with Clenergy, having that sort of innovation and being the market leader shows the fact that as Smart Energy Answers, we only want to put quality on our customer's roof. And that's vital when you're looking at such a long-term investment of 20-25 years. Aligning with partners like Clenergy gives us the certainty that if there is an issue, there is a solid manufacturer that will support us, and ultimately the customer. So the customer will always have the back of us as Managensis, and we will have the back of the manufacturer Clenergy, that if there is an issue, we can fix it for our customers.
Sure.
Regarding TLE or GreenTech Thornley, why did you choose them as your preferred partner?
So GreenTech TLE has been with us since the early days, and they are one of our largest partners. One of the key elements of the partnership with MMEM GreenTech is the fact that they have a very, very strong customer service and customer focused approach. So in terms of, for example, in terms of logistics, if we have an issue on site, or we have a need of a component with short notice, they're always there with their own fleet of vans and distribution to make sure that that product is delivered in the shortest amount of time for our installers on site. So that's a key element that makes, in case we have an issue, they're always there to support us in a very, very short amount of time. In addition to that, they always have abundance of stock of components that we put forward to customers. So again, we work with forecast and expectations of stock for the quarter, but in case we have any extra need, they're always there to accommodate our extra stock requirements, which is a key element for us.
Awesome. And another question on the back of that, have you guys used the Clenergy engineering services?
We have. We've used them on a number of our commercial jobs there. Very, very good for delivering the exact components, the exact costings, the exact size, balance of system. Very, very, very helpful. If there is, excessive screw lines, spaces between purlins, very, very good at providing a solution there. Different products that we've had to use, Clenergy hanger bolts we've used before. Always very, very informative when we've asked them multiple questions for different sites there with wind loadings and that, which has been excellent. Yeah, it makes our life easier as designers to have the confidence that we can actually go to the Clenergy engineers, and they can give us information that's going to be compliant.
I do remember a key project there where we used the engineering service from Clenergy. There was a ballast system for a key customer, residential, a beautiful home in the Hills District, and he went for a premium system with over 50 panels, batteries, and he had a flat concrete roof where we needed to tailor a solution based on the customer individual needs. Actually, he had experience with other installers that had a site inspection and declined the job. So we came in with to trying to alleviate the customer's pain and offer him a much better experience. And thanks to our engineers liaising with your engineers directly, we found a solution with your ballast mounting system that was
great.
Perfect for the customer.
That's excellent. The ballast systems are notoriously difficult to make work, and I think you're right, probably a lot of install companies would just walk away from that completely.
Unfortunately, we're in an industry where most of the small installers are there trying to do just the easy jobs and do volume after volume. So what we call the one-size-fits-it-all approach. As Managensis, we do things differently, and we really try to tailor solutions based on individual customer needs, not just for now, but for the future. So we really try to understand what the customer expectations and future needs are, especially with the electric cars and pool heating and all the other appliances coming for extra electricity needs. So we're going through the electrification of the household, and that's key to plan for the future rather than just put some panels on the roof or the cheapest possible amount of cost up front.
So you look for like a more holistic approach to energy saving in general, rather than just here's a 6.6 kilowatt system and be done with it.
Absolutely, Sean, and that's why we partner with companies like Clenergy or SolarEdge or other companies. They are market leaders, and they have the innovative approach where they always launch new products. For example, EV charging is a key element that we're going to, we've already experienced in installation, and we believe it's a key product that will develop a lot over the next coming years. And it's important to really find what the customer pain buttons are, because they might want an electric car, but they don't know that we can install together with solar an EV charger that integrates with solar, or they have a pool, they have an old rubbery pool heating mats on the roof, and they're not very efficient. They take the primary roof space for solar, and we have a solution with smart pool heating that it's electric but integrates with the solar access, so it gives customers a much more reliable heat source for their pool at almost zero cost, thanks to the integration with solar.
Very good. So guys, wrapping up with Daniel and Sam here at Smart Energy Answers. They've got their showroom here at Castle Hill. If you want any more information, feel free to contact them here.
Thanks
you guys. Very much. Thanks for coming.
Thanks very much for coming to see us. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
No worries.
Check out more episodes from Combos with Clenergy. Slap that subscribe button now. Cheers, cutters.